It's a bad time. This time of year. How many times is he gonna tell this story?
Oh, let him tell it. I love fairy tales.
This ain't no fairy tale, little girl. If you don't take it seriously, you're a fool.
The first Valentine's dance in 20 years has to be something special.
Look, Landers, you gotta get a lot of exercise if you're gonna grapple with Gretchen. Oh, yeah? Well, I got a Valentine for her that she's never gonna forget. Right to the heart, huh?
In this town on Valentine's Day, everybody loses their heart.
Roses are red, violets are blue. One is dead, and so are you.
It can't be happening again. It can't be happening again.
What's going on over in Valentine Bluffs? It looks like Harry Warden's back in town.
It happened once. It happened twice. Cancel the dance or it'll happen twice.
In the town of Valentine Bluffs, there are many ways to die. Take your pick. My Bloody Valentine.
Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another installment of Monster Mike's Mayhem. On today's special Valentine's weekend installment, I figured out I'd bust out my special 2022 My Bloody Valentine Stop the Killer, the game. Unfortunately, yours truly, Monster Mike, did not get to order this around Valentine's Day 2022. I had to order it around the 1st of 2023 a couple years ago. It cost me a pretty penny to bring this to you on this special Valentine's weekend 2025. I had heard about Stop the Killer about 2 or 3 years ago through word of mouth, and I started slowly following them on Facebook and Instagram, and I really started liking their style of board games and hardback, paperback book novelizations of these famous, really cool slasher movies of the 1980s and 90s. They also covered some 70s classics too. Just go to stopthekiller.com and you can find out some really fun facts about what they do and where they, they were based out of California from a couple years ago. As some guy in the 2020 or 2021 decided to open a business doing this specialty board games and novelizations from the 70s, 80s, and 90s of these famous cult classic, movies. And he popped out in 2022. He did Silent Night, Deadly Night, and he did this beautiful piece in front of you, this 2022 rendition of My Bloody Valentine. And like I said, I couldn't jump on the bandwagon in 2022. I ended up grabbing this in the spring of 2023 a couple years ago. Had to pay a little more than I wanted. I had to pay about $150 for this set. What it is, it's the board game itself, and here it is. This is the board game. There's Harry Warden with the bloody miner's mask, and he's carrying a pickaxe, and he's got a bloody heart, and there's the Hanniger mine behind him in the background. It says My Bloody Valentine, the game. and it says Valentine's Bluff officially licensed, and that's where this movie is, in the Henniker Mine in Canada. This was filmed in Canada in 81. The Canadians jumped on board in the slasher movies of the 1980s craze, and they wanted to film something cool. And what was interesting is the man that filmed the movie, he also made Happy Birthday to Me a few years later with Melissa Sue Anderson. That was years later. I actually have that game and book. I'm going to have to show that one of these days. It is really cool. From 2024 it came out. There is some new board games coming out. If you guys want to check out stopthekiller.com, I definitely recommend it. You will see some really cool stuff. This game is already sold out. They don't have these anymore. You have to go on the secondary market to pick them up. They're a pretty penny. They're probably going for over $250 now. Here is the starter pack, and what this is the game is basically you have to stop Harry Warden from getting to the Henniker Mine. Now, the back of this is just another picture of him, of course, and it usually shows some more detail, but what I understood is you've got to stop Harry Warden from getting to the Henniker Mine to the Valentine's Day dance, and you have to put up roadblocks and stuff. And this is the starter pack, and this has got extra characters that you get with the game itself from the 1981 film. And it's just got like little tidbits and roadblocks with the officers and the police officers trying to stop him from getting into the actual dance. And you can read, if you want to pause and read that, trivia round. And the trivia round is for like people that want to like make it. It's got like a little, it's like those little, time cap, you know, those capsules that have the hourglass that the red sand runs out. You have to flip it over, and it gives you 1 minute to 1 to 2 minutes to answer a question. If you miss it, Harry moves a little closer to the, you know, the Valentine's dance to start murdering these kids, and you have to try to stop him before he gets to the dance. Once he's in the dance, he can rain havoc on the teenagers, or the, you know, mainly they're not really teenagers. They're like probably in their 20s or something, but they're working at the Henniker Mines. But it comes with this really cool Bloody Valentine heart-shaped container box from 2022, and it's got all the extra card, and these are 6 extras that come with it in the starter pack 1 and pack 2. And of course it looks just like the actual container box from 1981's Bloody Valentine. That was the exact box that it looked like when Harry would put the bloody hearts in the chocolate boxes in the film back in 81. That's what the exact box looked like to the T. The little intricate, you know, the little bottom, the you know, scalloping of the bottom of the box, and the little frilly trim, and it even says "My Bloody Valentine" around the whole bottom of the box. It is really cool. It's got the little leaflet on the top to explain that that was the starter pack 1 and 2, and it's got the extra gaming cards, and then 6 extra victims you can add to your game from 2022. I really enjoyed finding this, and I just really love old vintage zombie and slasher movies of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Don't get me wrong, I love a new slasher movie or zombie movie. You know, of course, my favorites like Walking Dead and stuff in the 2010s, and of course, you know, I also love some other TV series and stuff on right now, and some of the movies like Happy Death Day to Me and Happy Death Day to You, you know, too, and stuff like that. And but yeah, this is a really interesting game. If you guys want to go on there and go to stopthekiller.com, you will find some interesting games. They have made everything from Candyman to the newest one they did, and I haven't got it. I'm going to be showing it off, is the 1974 Black Christmas, the game. And it has got Margot Kidder and stuff as Agnes. And what it is you got to stop Billy from going to the sorority house and killing the sisters on Christmas Eve 1974, like in the film. And he knocks them off one by one. And Agnes is the one that gets stabbed through the chest with that glass unicorn ornament thing that she's got on her mantle behind her bed, her water bed. You'd have to see the movie. You'll see what I'm talking about. You actually get the 3D board game, the hardback novelization of the movie, and you get the glass unicorn ornament. First time they've ever made the weapon that goes to the. It is awesome, guys. You've got to check this out. They sold out in Christmas 2024 last year. I bought mine on the Kickstarter program. It would be about $250. I had to pay an extra $100, but I got it for $325, and I am still waiting because of the new tariffs that came in from China in 2025, and all the stuff with trying to get the board game just right and getting the glass unicorn, because they've never actually made the weapons for the actual thing. They're getting it down pat. They just finished it in January 2025, and I paid the $35 shipping last month, and I'm waiting for them to ship me the Black Christmas 1974 board game, hardback novelization, and the glass unicorn replica of the weapon that Billy killed Agnes with in the bed in 74. It's going to be real fun to see that. So I can't wait to get that and videotape that one. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day weekend, y'all guys out there in Monsterland. And hopefully you guys have a good and safe Valentine's Day weekend. And again, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Until next time, kiddies, stay tuned and get monstified.
It's a bad time. This time of year. How many times is he gonna tell this story?
Oh, let him tell it. I love fairy tales.
This ain't no fairy tale, little girl.